Hey guys, what's up? It's Frontier. Welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you guys being here. So today, we're going to be taking a look at the patch notes for episode 2 launching tomorrow, February 6th. So by the time you're watching this video, it'll probably be out already. Okay. So the first thing we have is a new Warden, Econ. So his dread is called, passive is called dread. So reveal the heartbeat of wounded enemies. Once an enemy Warden is low health, they are highlighted in pulsing beats until they are dead, or their health regenerates. This is really cool, and it gives him an ability to engage in a fight knowing that he's more than likely going to win. Now, we don't know how low the enemy has to be for dread to kick in. Okay, we don't know how low they are. We don't know if that's when their shield breaks or if it's half their entire health. We don't know yet, so we're gonna have to figure this out tomorrow and find out the actual numbers on this. But that's really cool. It gives him a chance to finish off targets that are low, even if he didn't, fight them himself, Wolf Spirit is his tactical. Unleash a spirit wolf to hunt the nearest enemy and apply dread. This wolf spirit travels long distances, moving straight through rocks and structures to find its prey. If seen in time, it can be shot down. This ability can be cast in human form or in wolf form. We'll get to that in a minute. So the spirit wolf hunts the nearest enemy and applies dread. So basically meaning you can now see that target through walls. Okay, it's marked. You know where they're at. It's kind of like Condor, and her crows, that hunt enemies and reveals their target. So that's pretty cool. Fearsome Howl is his ultimate. Apply dread to all enemies across the map and increase your movement speed. This ability can be cast in human form or in wolf form, so it doesn't deal damage. Think of this as Condor, with her ability to spot all targets, but they don't need to be standing still. They don't need to be moving. Like, all the targets will be visible to all of your teammates. This is really good, especially in instances of like a raid. So if like, let's say you're defending a generator, he can use his ultimate and show you where everything is, where all the enemies are, so that way you and your team can know, hey, this guy's coming in this way, this guy's coming this way or that way. So that way, the team fight plays out in your favor. You already have an advantage because you know where they're coming from. It also could be good for the shield breaker phase, where you're actually going to get the shield breaker. So that's cool. So wolf form, here we go. So Econ doesn't ride an animal into battle. He becomes one, transforming into a powerful dire wolf that tracks, hunts, and runs down mounted enemies. While in this form, Econ's speed is unmatched by other mounts. Through full third-person point of view, the direwolf can see around cover. When moving in for an attack, weapons are laid down in favor of Econ's deadly bite attack, which will dash forward and bite a prey before immediately transforming back to human form to finish off the job. Attacking without a target will allow Econ to perform a small air dash to traverse maps more athletically. In addition, while in wolf form, Econ can track enemies' scent that they leave in their path. Econ can use all of his other powers while in wolf form. This is really cool, and I like how they're, digging into this character design and like making every character unique, because no one else has this. Okay, the fact that he can track enemy scent that they leave in their path, that's cool too. The fact that he can track enemies with that in this form. This is really cool, and it's gonna be a hero that I think, by looking at all of this, like, this looks to be a very good Warden. This could be like A, maybe even S tier. We're gonna have to see how he plays. But all of this is pretty cool, Alright, new location, Skydrift. Alright. So this is the new map. So it's cool. So it's added to the map rotation in 3v3 and 5v5. This is very nice. I'm excited to see, how this plays, and what it truly looks like in game. Very nice. All right, ranked. This is where This is what we've been waiting for. All right, so it says gain ranked points or RP, earn point modifiers, and climb the ranks to claim your rewards. Go from bronze, which is hair, to Grandmaster Leviathan if you've got what it takes. Visit the head wall menu in the game to see more information. So it will be in the head wall menu. Okay, so rank structure. The format is 3v3. Okay. We believe 3v3 is more tactical structure of the game and fits best for comp. We will monitor feedback as we get it. I was hoping it would be 5v5, but we'll have to see how this plays. Each episode will have 2 ranked splits. Splits will change the map and base list and introduce some balance changes. Okay, so the splits are the map and the base list. So every split rotation will have different maps and bases, and will also introduce balance changes, which is cool. All players start ranked for the first time in Bronze 3. Each rank has 3 divisions. There are 7 ranks. Bronze, which is Hare, Silver, Goat, Gold, 8, Platinum, Direwolf, Diamond, Griffin, Master, Manticore, Grandmaster, Leviathan. At the end of each episode, you will be rewarded based on the rank you achieved at the end of the episode. So, D-ranking. You can only D-rank inside a division during a split. For example, by losing matches, you can D-rank from Gold 2 into Gold 3, but you cannot D-rank from Gold 3 into Silver 1. This is really cool, and it kind of gives protection. Like, if you get some, like, really bad teams, but you yourself playing very well, like if you're carrying a team, but you end up losing, you actually can't go down, to the lower rank beforehand, you know? So you can't go from gold to silver, and you can't go from like master to diamond, which I think is very cool, you know? It adds a little protection. At the start of every split, you will not derank at all. At the start of every episode, you will move backwards 6 divisions, which is 2 full ranks, okay? So if you were diamond, you're now moved back to gold, okay? So, when the new split happens, you will not derank. So if you are master for the first split, you will stay master for the second split. Fairness. Play with teammates up to 2 tiers difference. A 2-person party must be within plus or minus 1 tier of each other. A full party of 3 can mix any ranks and be able to play. You will queue into rank of the top ranked player. So if you are the top ranked player and you're playing master, and like your buddies are platinum and gold, you will be put into a master game. Okay. Solo bonus. If you're playing without a party, you'll earn the solo modifier. Details below. You'll gain more points and lose less points per match, which is pretty good. Loss protection. You accrue loss protection for playing matches all the way through. It will get automatically spent to stop you from losing RP. Early leaver penalty is more severe in ranked. Leaving early counts as 2 strikes and resets your loss protection. This is great. I like how they have the solo bonus, where if you don't have friends to play with, you're not like, it's not harder for you to rank up. You know, you'll gain more points and lose less points per match. So it might be you gain 5 more points and maybe you'll lose 5 less points, which is pretty cool. Scoring system. We think if you win big, you should score big. Victory has 3 versions before the modifiers are applied. Overwhelming victory, which you get 25 rank points. This is winning with 100% base health remaining. Victory is 20 rank points. This is standard, where each team was more evenly matched. Close victory, 15 RP. This is winning where your base had 35% base health or less remaining. For defeat is minus 25 RP if you lost without doing damage to the enemy team. Strong defense is minus 20 if you lost but had some damage to the enemy team. And then close defeat is 15 if you lost but had done at least 65% damage to the enemy team. So the least amount of RP you lose is 15, and the most you can lose is 25. Okay? We're going to have to see how many ranked points you need to get out of a division. So let's say you're gold 2. How many rank points do you need to be able to go up to gold 1? You know, and then for the next rank above that, you know, if I'm going from gold, how long from gold 1 is it different to going up a new rank? We don't know. I'm guessing maybe 100, but we'll see. Winning streak bonus adds 3 RP for each win in a row, up to 6 extra points per game, which is pretty cool. Kill bonus, earn extra RP for kills, up to a cap of 5 points per game. We're going to have to see how many extra kills you need to earn the extra points. And then solo bonus, always earn an extra 4 points if queuing up solo. So if you win 25 RP, then you get 29 if you get an overwhelming victory, and then 24 for regular victory, and then 19 for close victory. Winning streak bonus. I already said that, sorry. Imbalance protection. If a game is deemed imbalanced by player ranks, the favored team will have less points to win and more points to lose. The weaker team will have increased points to wins and less points to lose. Okay, so let's say you are a gold team and you're facing off against a platinum team. Okay, platinum should be the better team. Okay, so if the favored team will have less points to win. Okay, since you're the better team, you're mathematically the better team here. So let's say you earn 15 RP for an overwhelming victory. Okay, all right, but let's say you lose like 30 if you lose. Like if you did like a defeat this one, like I say, you lose 30, okay? So you win less, but you lose more. But the weaker team will have increased points to win and less points to lose. So they win more points, but they lose less points because their team is imbalanced, okay? Requirements. In order to unlock ranked mode, you must win 10 matches in 3v3 raid mode. I wish this could be 5v5 as well, not just 3v3, because let's face it, when 5v5 came out, everyone was playing 5v5. I never touched 3v3 before the 5v5 came out, or when the 5v5 came out. So yeah, this is retroactive. If you've already won 10 matches in episode 1, ranked mode will be unlocked immediately. Okay. Maps. The ranked mode playlist will have a subset of maps and bases per split. We will change the list every split. Rotation, interesting, but allow time to build consistent strategies. The first split will have maps Kingdom, Summit, and Rivermark, and bases Hellmouth, Smuggler's Den, Kingslayer, Soulwell, Frosthold, and Wellspring. As more bases get added to the game, we think having a total of 6 bases in rank allows players to master certain bases and build competitive strategies over a split, but still need to master more than one base before your first pick won't always be available. All right, rewards. Episodic reward. Ranked players will earn a brand new cosmetic item called banner frames. You'll be awarded the frame that matches the rank you achieved in the episode. Frames grow in prestige at higher levels. Every episode you will earn a new themed banner frame. This episode's theme is Econ and the Wolf, and will be awarded at the start of episode 3. So this is cool. This looks like Grandmaster. This looks to be the Grandmaster one. I'm not sure if it is or not. But this looks cool. Having earnable things in game for you doing well, that's what we need for the game. It keeps players playing. New beast has been tamed. Wolf Mount. Loyal Pack Hunter of the Wild. The new Wolf Mount is free for all players. The Rank Challenge. Play 10 matches of Rank to earn the Shadow Wolf skin. So you don't need to win 10 matches of Rank. You have to play 10 matches of Ranked, which I think is cool. Gear Up Phase updates. Okay, one consistent point of feedback. We've heard the gear phase needs improvements. We're tackling that in 4 ways for the launch of episode 2, and we'll continue to work on that phase in the future. All right, Wed Weapon chests and POIs now contain Masterwork weapons. Masterwork weapons have improved stats within their rarity. Blue Masterworks are better than blues, but still less quality than purple. Players can still loot upgraded weapons outside of POIs, but the Masterwork versions of weapons each round are only found in POIs. So that's really cool. That's amazing. So Masterwork weapons can only be obtained in red chests. Okay, that's cool. Ultimate Chargers. These items are found in white barrels and POIs, but we've seen that players are having a hard time identifying that. In order to make that clear, white barrels that contain Ultimate Chargers now have an obvious gold glow. Very nice. Waypoint markers. When you leave your base in the gear phase, waypoint icons will guide players toward the points of interest. They're also pingable, so players can communicate intent without voice comms. The map will also communicate that POIs contain Masterwork weapons and Ultimate Chargers. That is also great. Great quality of life right there. Sometimes players don't know where to go, don't know where the good loot is, so they'll point you in the right direction where they think you want to go. Speed gates. Speed gates are always on when a player is near them instead of only when a shield breaker is present. This should allow players to get back to fights after respawning. This is also great. I was very annoyed that speed gates were only active during shield breaker spawn, or when the shield breaker was present. That really helps. All right, quality of life. As we continue to improve the game through feedback, bug fixing, and small features, we will document them here. When necessary, we will use dev notes to give context on why I made a specific change. Players want stats. For episode 2, we have added a stats menu to head wall. Thank God. Thank you. The stats tracked here are mostly retroactive from episode 1. Raid attack and defense success stats are new for episode 2, as we are just now starting to track these stats. We will continue to expand this in future episodes. Thank you. We finally have a stats page. Why wasn't this here when the game launched? Why? It makes no sense. But anyways, good. New orange weapon mods. We will continue to mix up orange weapon mods. For episode 2, we are adding variety and not removing anything. So, saber rifle, increased critical hit damage, headshots, with a slower rate of fire. Fires a 2-shot burst instead of a 3. Faster projectile speed. So this just basically just bumps up saber rifle. I feel that the 3 round burst is pretty bad in like longer ranges. So I'm hoping the 2 bursts will actually make it to where the saber rifle is pretty good for the mid to more longer range fights. So it's pretty good. Vanguard drum magazine, much larger magazine with a slower reload. Okay. And then Corsair double shot fires a 12-round burst on each trigger pull. This thing is going to be an absolute monster in close range combat. Holy crap. Technical updates from the last patch. Performance optimizations were applied to player replication, movements, netcode, CGI rendering. Users can now enable NVIDIA Reflex on supported systems, and several optimizations were added to reduce bandwidth utilization. Very nice. All right. We've got a lot of gameplay updates. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to touch the most important ones. The biggest one that I saw was defensive phase at the start of the game has been reduced from 30 seconds from 60 seconds. Thank you. Because most of the time, you aren't using the extra 30 seconds for anything. You've already got your walls reinforced. There's nothing else you can do. This is a fantastic change. Thank you. Anchor stones fuse timers have been increased to 80 seconds from 60 seconds. Okay, and the dev says the goal here is to make anchor stones a bit harder to win on. Remember, anchor stone, if you destroy it, you win the entire game. It doesn't matter what health the base is on, you win the entire game. We've added your kills and assists to the HUD above the minimap, which is great. Thank you. They have some zipline usability improvements. You have maximum 4, and then if you cast a 5th one, their first one will automatically destroy. You will now be prompted to drop the big rig when it gets to low or 0 ammo. Very nice. You can, some ping things here. You can read that for yourself. Like you can ping Kai's ice wall, which is very nice. The in-game podium will now highlight people who've had the highest stats on their team. Very nice. Smuggler's Den mini-map has been updated to be more accurate. Great. The trader menu will darken and update if his stock changes while you have the menu open. The dev says this is to reduce accidentally purchasing something right as the stock is upgrading. Very nice. Dead players now no longer show up on the minimap. Dev says this seems confusing and redundant with being able to see a player's orb through walls. I agree. AFK timer in a match has been reduced from 5 minutes to 4 minutes, and then everything else. Okay. This is just lobby and menu updates. I don't think I need to say anything here. Weapon updates. Vanguard slightly slowing the rate of fire and raising damage. TTK is nearly equivalent. This just reduces the number of bullets required to kill. Increased headshot multiplier. So Vanguard is getting buffed. I think Vanguard was pretty bad in my opinion because if you couldn't control the recoil and the rate of fire, you would just be missing a lot of shots. So slowing the rate of fire down is very nice, and also raising the damage since you're shooting less bullets. So if they didn't raise the damage, the TTK would be slower. So Longhorn, repeater, less vertical kick, faster race time, faster sprint race time, sorry. Less spread, hip fire, slower spread, bloom, hip fire. Cool. Buffing that. Viper impact rounds, smaller magazine size, more kick. Okay? So smaller magazine size, and you have more kick to the weapon, means more recoil. Item updates. Amulet bomb. Bomb kit. Bomb plant time is nerfed 2.5 to 3 seconds. Defuse time is still 2.5 seconds. So it's nerfed. Okay, so it takes you longer to plant the bomb. Amulet harvester no longer drops bonus ultimate chargers from white supply barrels. Okay, slightly lowered the top speed of orange saddles. Okay, so they probably too fast. So they had to knock it down a little bit. Okay, character updates. Slade fixed the bug where the impact damage from his ultimate was not dealing damage on uneven terrain, adding friend/foe identification to Slade's VFXs. Enemy fire will now take on a darker red appearance. It's great, because I never knew if it was my Slade ult or their Slade ult. Redmayne can now break floors he's standing on with his tactical. Very nice. Redmayne's tactical now hits players more reliably. Leaping into solid Geo with Redmayne will drop into the ground faster instead of bouncing off and floating down. So nice changes to Redmayne. Mara will now dismount automatically when casting a Mortal Coil while mounted instead of getting an error message. Cool. Yuna, improved Yuna minion target acquisition speed. They should shoot at players faster. Thank you. This was my biggest complaint with Yuna. The fact that her minion acquisition speed, target acquisition speed, was so slow. Okay? And it felt like they're right in front, like an enemy is right in front of their face, and they wouldn't do anything. So thank you for fixing that. And then fix Yuna minions having larger hitboxes than intended. Cool. Atticus. Adjusted Atticus' ultimate audio not be occluded by Geo. This means you can hear him better in his active ultimate state, even if he's in another room. Very nice. And then the quest is designed to be a set of difficult challenges to complete over the course of an episode for some free rewards and bragging rights. Because episode 1 was only 2 weeks long, we decided to keep the episode 1 quest active through episode 2. We'll be back in episode 3 with more challenging and more rewards. With more challenges and more rewards. So very nice. And these are all of the bug fixes. Okay. So overall, I'm very pleased with this. Econ looks great. The new map looks really good. We're gonna see how ranked feels with 3v3. I probably, if I'm a betting man, I bet that as people play ranked, they're gonna ask for 5v5. Okay, remember the maps are very big, and 3v3 is not really equipped for ranked. I kind of wish they had a 3v3 and a 5v5 playlist, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it works out. But again, if you want to check this post out yourself and read everything for yourself, it's on Twitter. Highguard Live Now is their name. But yeah, I'm very excited to jump in tomorrow and see what we got. But I want to thank everyone for watching. If you did enjoy and you would like to see more content like this in the future, I urge you to subscribe and like the video. Because, of course, I'll be covering any Highguard news and information as it comes out, as I do think that this is a very good game. For me, I like playing it. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.